This conference will now be recorded.
So today I will try to understand about inventory closing. Inventory closing process we'll try to understand. Okay. So what is this inventory closing and what exactly the purpose? So let me show you in the system where it is available. Inventory management, periodic tasks, closing and adjustment. Closing and adjustment is the process is inventory closing. So in this you will find one is close procedure, close inventory. Another one is recalculation. So close inventory and recalculation is 90% same, or in terms of calculation part 100% same, but there is a slight difference between these two, and usually we will use majorly this one, and whenever it is needed you can use this one. So these two are almost same, but there is a small difference, but calculation is same in terms of calculations. So you can use close inventory or recalculation. And what is the difference between these two slight differences? I will discuss with you later. So we are going to use this recalculation. So if you want to use this one recalculation, what is the system inputs? What is the system inputs? Means if you go to setup, inventory model groups, So here you will find, if you click on here, you will find there are so many models. FIFO, LIFO date, weighted average date, standard cost, moving average. There are so many methods. Okay, the major methods are, you need to remember or you need to understand. One is FIFO, next one is LIFO, next one is weighted average. Okay, FIFO, LIFO and weighted average. These three we need to understand in detail. What is the differences? Okay, fine. So let me cancel this one. Can anyone have any idea about abbreviation? At least what is this FIFO?
First in, first out.
First in, first out. Yes. Second one, LIFO.
Last in, first out.
Last in, first out. And then weighted average. We learned this weighted average in your schooling during 9th standard or 10th standard. You will understand weighted average. So weighted average means, suppose in a class there are 4 students, one student got 50 marks, another student got 55 marks, another student got 70 marks, another student got 60 marks. Then average means sum of the total of the marks divided by number of students. That is average. Okay. So now how it will be applicable here? So first thing is, you need to remember, many people think like first in first out means, many people will think like this. This is for first, whatever it is the FIFO, it is inventory valuation only. Inventory closing means inventory valuation. Inventory valuation only, but not physical movement. Not physical movement of the item. What do you mean by like this? Suppose chairs. If you go to chairs, look at this one, chairs. I want more chairs. Take this one. So the chairs are kept like this. Now, first 5 chairs I have purchased. On 15th of October. Next 5 chairs I have purchased 31st October, and these 5 chairs purchased on 15th November, and these chairs I have purchased in the month of December. So here all are identical. There is no change. Example, like all are identical. Otherwise, I will take another example so that you will not get confused. There is different here. I want plastic chairs. Give me a second. The best example. Yes, take the example this one, this bunch. Okay. So this chair is purchased, first chair is purchased in the month of October 15th. This is purchased in the month of October 30th. This is November 20th or something. This is in the month of December. So it was all are identical. There is no change. Now it was mixed. It was mixed. So whether system can guide to the delivery boys, pick this material first and then pick this material first. Suppose this is in the month of November, this is in the month of December I have purchased. So it was merged. This is in the month of October, this is in the month of October and this is in the month of November. Something mixing is there. Now all are same, identical, and which item is purchased in the month of December, which item is purchased in the month of October, delivery boy don't know. It was mixed. Now system can give the suggestion to select this one is purchased in the month of October, take this one. Can system suggest? Is it possible practically?
Yeah, it is possible, Satya.
If it is, we don't have any serial number, batch number enabled. System can give the information like take this item because it is purchased in the month of October. Can suggest. There is no identification differences between these two. There is no batch number, there is no serial number enabled. Is it possible?
Sir. Not possible.
So first look, whenever we are discussing with business people, by looking into this first in first out, business people think like, yes, I want this one, I want this one, because in their mind, in their mindset, they will think like it is a physical movement of the material. It is, they will think like the material whatever I have purchased on October 1st or October 15th, that should be, this is October 15th, so dispatch this item. System cannot control until and unless if there is any batch number or serial number enabled. If it is identical, system cannot suggest to the delivery boys to pick this material. So you need to remove in their mindset whatever the content is there. Just like you are also now thinking, I can do like I can dispatch the material from the month of October 15th, whatever it was purchased, I can dispatch, but practically it is not possible at all. What is the purpose means? It is only inventory calculation, valuation of the inventory. You are going to learn this one, but not physical movement of the item. System will not control on physical movement of the material with this FIFO method. Okay, fine. Now what it is? I'm taking an example like I have purchased an order and invoiced 10 quantity at the rate of 100. It is 1000. Next, one more purchase order, vendor invoice updated. After 10 days, I have purchased at the rate of 120. It is 1200. Now, I sold items and invoiced to the customer 8 quantity at the rate of 200. Now, how many quantity available? How many quantity available? Can anyone guess? Initially 0, 10 purchased, 8 sold. How many quantity available? Available quantity in my warehouse. Physical
12.
quantity,
All called.
12 quantity. So everyone is sync each other. It is 12 only. There is no arguments. But what is the value of the material? Any guesses? What is the value of the material?
120.
120. One person is telling like 120. Any other guesses? So if it is a mistake,
1000,
don't worry. 1 person
1400,
1000,
400.
400. Some person
It
is
depends
telling
on the
700.
method of choosing.
Yeah, that's what. Now I'm taking FIFO. I'm taking FIFO. Now any other guesses?
No,
Oh, we
1400
can't
only.
1400 only. Any other guesses? I want any other argument. Any other guesses?
Oh.
Only 2.
I mean, 10 into 120 and 2 into 100.
Oh, we'll come to that point. Definitely, we'll discuss.
1400.
Okay. 1400 only. Okay. So one person is telling like 110. Okay. Other opinion? Majority people are coming with 1400 only. Fine, no issues. But we'll discuss. Any more guesses? Any more guesses? Fine. Now, what is the value means? The calculation methodology is first in, first out. First in, first out. So 8 quantity will be removed from here. This 8 quantity will be removed from the first lot. From the first lot. So here it will be available remaining quantity 2. Out of 10, 8 was dispatched. From this 10, 8 was dispatched. So remaining 2 quantity, 2 multiplied with 100 is 200 plus 1200, 1400 is the answer. How it was came? Initially this 8 quantity, whatever it is there, we are using the methodology like first in, first out. So we have to remove 8 quantity from this one, 8 quantity from this one, then remaining quantity is 2. 2 multiplied with 100 is 200 plus 1200, it is 1400. So it is 2 multiplied with 100 plus 10 multiplied with 120 is equal to 1400. If it is a last in, first out, so the same methodology. How many quantity means 12 only. There is no other opinions. 12 quantity only. But valuation is the stock will be deducted. The stock will be deducted from here. 8 quantity will be removed from here. Means remaining quantity is 2. So 2 multiply with 120 plus 10 multiply with 100. It is 1240. It is 1240. If it is weighted average, then 10 multiply with 100 plus 10 multiply with 120 within brackets total divided by 20. This is total value divided by total number of quantity. Total value divided by total number of quantity. So it is 2200 divided by 12. It is 110. So this is per piece. For each item, it is 110. Now, how many quantity means in this calculation? 12 quantity, and the valuation is 12 multiply with 110. It is equal to 1320. So as per the LIFO methodology, one is FIFO method, another one is LIFO method, another one is weighted average. So this is for inventory valuation only, means I want to understand what is the stock value of the material. What is the stock value? What is the stock value? If I want to verify if it is a FIFO, then this is the amount. If it is a LIFO, this is the amount. And if it is a weighted average, this is the amount. Any confusions in this calculation? Any confusions? If anyone is not able to understand, I will give you one more explanation. If everyone is able to follow me, that's fine, I will continue. This is the basic setup we need to understand about inventory closing. Clear? I hope it is clear. Am I right? Fine. So what we will do, we'll create a new item, we'll map FIFO, and we'll do verify this process is calculating or not. Whether system is following this methodology, yes or no, we need to verify. Okay. So I'm creating an item. One item, product information management, release products. Otherwise, give me a second. It is from so much time I have not opened. Let me open freshly. So I will create one item, FIFO, and then we'll do the purchases, same like whatever it was explained, the same manner. We'll try to purchase and we'll verify. Product information management, release products. Let me verify whether it is already for other batches, whether I have explained with the same example FIFO. Any items are created earlier. Let me verify. I hope one or two items earlier it was created. I will create new item. So FIFO 2 is there. Let me create FIFO 3. FIFO 3, I'm creating new item. Okay, item model group, I'm selecting FIFO. I'm selecting FIFO. Item group, you can select any item, no issues. Any item group, site and warehouse, and tracking dimension group. Click OK. Okay, now if you click on validate, it should be validated and all fields are mandatory. It was mapped. Blue ribbon is coming. Everything is correct. Now let me show you the FIFO methodology, what it was there. Item model group. So by looking into this naming convention, don't think like it is a FIFO method only. This is a name only. If you go inside, you will understand what is the model it was selected. It is item inventory model group is FIFO. Okay, there are 4 checkboxes selected. So these checkboxes you are going to learn most probably by tomorrow or Monday. Okay, FIFO it was selected. Fine. Item model group or inventory model group is FIFO. Fine. What I'm doing now, I'm creating a purchase order. I'm creating a purchase order. So purchase order we can create from accounts payable module or procurement sourcing module. Any module is fine. I'm doing from purchase orders. You can do from even procurement sourcing also. The same function. There is no change. Okay, I'm clicking on new button. Okay, selecting the vendor. Any vendor is fine. I'm selecting vendor 1001. Any vendor is fine. I'm selecting site and warehouse. Click OK. So it is processing. If you verify on hand inventory, because this is a new item, completely new item, so there will not be any stock. It will be blank. Okay, it is on hand inventory is blank. Now let me create a FIFO 3 and let me select 10 quantity at the rate of 100. 10 quantity at the rate of 100. I'm purchasing and I'm doing confirmation. You can do small button or big one. It is a small one is without printing, bigger one is confirmation is with printout. If you want, you can take a printout. Now if you verify on hand inventory, it will update the order quantity ordered in total. It will be updated. Ordered in total, it will be updated. Now let it be confirmed. If you go inside,
Select the item, right? Inventory, right? Which inventory we are going to purchase?
which one?
So here we have selected FIFO 3.
Yeah.
But we are supposed to, while giving the order, we have to select the item. Which item we are going to order?
FIFO
Or
3
no
only.
matter,
So for
or no
understanding
matter.
purpose, I have given item name as FIFO 3. Is there any problem?
Okay, okay.
Just only for understanding purpose, I have used that name. Understood?
Yeah, okay, got it.
So you can use the same. Like I am using inside item model group FIFO.
Okay.
Clear? Okay, I hope it is clear. Everyone. Just I'm using the item name as FIFO. You can use the normal item also, but for better understanding, I have used this name. That's it. Okay, fine. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Now I'm showing you new things here inside. If you go on hand inventory here, search name, you can click on search name FIFO 03. Inside FIFO 3. Then look at this one here. Cost price. One is physical cost amount. Next one is financial cost amount, cost price. We need to study these three also. One is physical cost amount, another one is financial cost amount, another one is cost price. Now, whatever you are looking here, the line details like physical inventory, physical reserve, available physical reserve, something like ordered in total, on order, whatever you are looking, the same thing inside it will be shown. Look at this one. Physical inventory, physical reserve, available physical, ordered in total, ordered reserved, available for reservation, all these things it is showing. The same table here it is showing in a different manner. That's it. Okay. Now we need to understand physical cost amount, financial cost amount, and then this one. Okay. I'm going to show you. Let me do product receipt. Let me do product receipt. Okay, you need to enter product receipt number. Something I have to enter. The date I have to enter. Okay, click OK. As soon as if you update product receipt, now if you verify on hand inventory, if you refresh, look at this one, physical cost amount is updating. Physical cost amount is updating and physical inventory is updated, and it was updated with available physical. So on hand inventory, we know like physical inventory is updated. Along with physical inventory, physical amount also updating. Internally, it is physical amount. And if you verify the transactions, cost price and cost amount is, look at this one here. For this purchase order, if you verify the transactions, the cost amount is not updated. Here cost amount is 0. Cost amount is 0. So this cost amount and physical financial cost amount and cost price, these three will be updated at the time of invoicing. At the time of invoicing, these will be updated. One is financial cost amount and then cost amount in the transactions and then cost price. Everything will be posted at the time of invoicing. Let me do invoicing now. Click on invoice, generate invoice button. Okay, so let me do invoicing. Vendor invoice number, we know like vendor invoice number should be updated and date should be updated, invoice date. It is not mandatory as a best practices. Match update status, update match status. Till now you don't know about this one. In most probably in another couple of days you are going to understand what is this, why I am doing this one. Most probably Monday, Tuesday, in 2-3 days you are going to learn what is this meaning of this match update status. Okay, and business people, they will click on totals. They will click on totals and they will verify what is the amount, total amount. It is total amount and there is no discounts, there is no charges, there is no taxes. If it is applicable, then it will be applicable. The total amount is $1,000, $1,000 US. Everything is correct and they will proceed and post the transaction. If it is any deviations, you will understand about this one, about the deviations in coming sessions, in couple of days. Okay, now invoice is updated. Let it be finished. Once it is updated, if you go to the on-hand inventory, if you refresh, this physical amount will be disappeared and financial cost amount will be updated and cost price will be updated. Look at this one. Because the product receipts became invoice, so physical cost amount is removed and financial cost amount is updated and then cost price is 100. If you go to the transactions, you will find the cost amount is 1000. The cost amount is 1000. Any doubt in this process till now? Okay, I hope it is clear. So the first transaction we did it. Now second transaction I'm doing. Now I'm doing second transaction. I'm creating one more purchase order after a few days, maybe 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, with the same vendor or different vendor. It may be any vendor, no issues. 1001. I'm selecting site and warehouse. Click OK. Maybe any day. There is no day restriction here. So FIFO 3, I'm purchasing this item FIFO 3. Now this time the purchase price is changed. 10 quantity. Now the price is 120. I'm purchasing. And let me do a confirmation. Now if you verify on hand inventory, so now ordered in total will be updated let me refresh. So ordered in total is updated. Physical inventory 10, available physical also 10, and ordered in total 10, total quantity for total available for reservation 20. Okay, physically it is only 10 quantity. Physical stock 10 quantity. Okay, so here also it will show you ordered 10. Fine. Now, if you verify, there is no physical cost amount. There is no physical cost amount. Now, I'm doing product receipt, generate area page, click on product receipt. I'm entering product receipt number, product receipt date, whatever the date, click OK. Now, product receipt is updated. If you verify on-hand inventory, refresh, what is the expected information? Can anyone guess and let me know? What are the changes here?
Physical
I did
cost
product.
amount 1200.
Physical cost amount is 1200 will be updated. 1200. Yeah. Anything else?
And
And what the orders will be.
So
Physical
this
inventory is 20. Physical inventory
ordered,
20 maybe.
ordered in total will be removed and it will become 20 and this will become 20. Okay. And cost price will be the same. There will not be any change. Look at this one.
Cost will increase only in the time of invoicing.
Yes. So 1200 updated, 1200, 20 quantity now. So financial cost amount and cost price. So at this time, if a system is, if you are selling like sales order, then cost price will be deducted 110. Okay, let me finish this one. Next step.
Satya,
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, when we see total physical inventory, it shows 20, right? But cost wise, it will be 1200.
Yes.
Is it not confusing? We may
But
think for 1200 only. For 20 quantity, it is 1200. But financial cost is 1000.
That's what. That is the reason inventory closing should be executed. And 1 second, let me show you one more small setup. So let me go to inventory management. Inventory management, setup, item model groups. So during this FIFO, if you want whatever you are expecting, like I want this physical cost amount also included in the cost price. That is your expectation, am I right?
Yeah.
So if you want that one, you need to enable include physical value. Can you try to read this message? Select this option, include the transactions that are physically updated should be included in the calculation of the average cost. So in the inventory close, this parameter may be used depending upon the method that is used in the inventory valuation. The following inventory valuation method uses this parameter during inventory closing for FIFO, LIFO, and LIFO date only. And the following inventory methods does not use parameters using the inventory closing for weighted average and weighted average date. For weighted average and weighted average date, it will not work. Only for FIFO, LIFO, LIFO date. If you want, you can use this checkbox.
Yeah. Okay, Satya. Thank you.
Okay, it is not only for him. I mean to say everyone need to understand this one. Okay, if you're not able to understand, I will discuss with you once again after some time. Okay, fine. So now we did product sheet. It was updated physical cost amount only. Financial cost amount not updated. Cost amount is not updated. Cost price is not updated. Even though transactions, if you verify, the cost amount is not showing. Look at this one, the second purchase order. Here it is, cost amount is not there. Cost amount is not there. Okay, fine. Now let me do invoicing. As per the second step, I need to do invoice. Let me do it. Invoice, generate area page, invoice button. So I'm sure no one will explain you like this. Piece level information. Okay. So that is the reason many people are joining to my sessions. The reason behind it is piece level I will discuss a lot. So 136 I'm entering. Invoice date. So actually business people, they will click on totals, they will validate whether this amount is correct or not. If it is any deviations are there, those deviations is under the company rules and regulations or not, it will be validated in this one. Okay, so currently there is no deviations, so everything is passed. If it is any deviations, how to handle it, you are going to learn in coming sessions. Fine, now there is no deviation, I'm posting. Okay, invoice is updated. What is the expected results? If I refresh, what is the expected results? Any guesses?
Financial cost 2,200.
Yes.
Cost price 110.
Okay. Physical cost amount?
0.
0. Okay. See, look at this one. Yes, perfect. Physical cost amount is 0. Financial cost amount is 2,200. Cost price is 110. If you verify the transactions, it is one is 1,000 cost amount, another one is 1,200 cost amount. Okay. Now I'm doing sales order. Let me do sales order. Accounts receivable or sales and marketing, any module is fine. Sales orders, all sales orders. So click on new button. Select any customer, no issues. I'm selecting US 001. Any customer is fine. Select site and warehouse. Click OK. So now I will update sales order with 8 quantity. FIFO 3, 8 quantity I am dispatching at the rate of 200. So now I'm doing packing slip. Pick and pack tab, generate area page, post packing slip. So click OK. Every time if it is a sales process, system will warn you, you are not taking a printout. It will warn you without printing. Yes, okay. But in real time scenario, it is must, you need to have a printout. You need to take a printout of this sales process, because you need to dispatch this material, and along with that material you need to provide the document to the delivery team or like truck owner, so it will be delivered. Now what is the expectation here? Any guesses? 8 quantity dispatched, 8 quantity dispatched, delivered.
Physical quantity will get reduced.
Okay, physical quantity will become 12. That is fine. So if it is becoming 12 means everything will become 12. Okay. Next, any updates here?
Amount will be in effect only at the time of invoicing.
But physical amount is updating, right? Physical cost amount is at the time of product receipt is updated, then at the time of packing slip also should be updated. Am I right?
It should be minus 800.
Yes. It is minus 880. Will be minus 880. Look at this one, refreshing.
It is 800 only, na Satya?
Minus 800.
One time. Cost price is one time, na?
So actually 800, you are right. Actually it should be 800, but system is doing wrong. I'm telling you, system is doing wrong. Okay, how to rectify we'll discuss. What it is 880 means, the reason behind it is cost price is 110. 110 multiply with the 880 minus 880 is calculating. Yes, it is wrong. How to rectify we'll see. Okay, this is a wrong calculation. This is a wrong calculation. Let me do invoice. Generate invoice button. So click on OK. So before going to do this one, let me show you in the on-hand inventory. Transactions, sales order is created with the deducted status. Sales order status deducted, and cost amount is 0. Cost amount is 0. Now let me do invoicing. Click OK without printing. But in real time scenario, printout must be taken and you need to hand over that printout to the customer. That is mandatory. You need to provide customer invoice to the customer, whereas purchases you are receiving invoice from the vendor, whereas sales you are giving the invoice document to the customer. Now if you verify on hand inventory transactions, cost amount will be updated here. It is 880. It was 880 minus 880. Now if you close here, what is the expectation? 2200, from 2200 minus 880 will be deducted, then it will become 1320, and this cost price is 110 only. Look at this one. It is 1320 because 2200 minus 880, it is 1320. and 110 is the cost price. Then it is completely wrong. It is not calculating like this. It is calculating like this. But I have mapped method FIFO. I have mapped FIFO, but this is calculating on different average calculations. But I am expecting this one. Am I right? This is our expectation. So the statement is, even though if you map FIFO, if you map LIFO, if you map weighted average, it will calculate average calculations. Then how to rectify? Then we need to run inventory closing. Inventory closing or recalculation. You need to run this process to rectify the corrections. So let me go back. Now let me run this inventory closing process. Inventory management, periodic tasks, closing and adjustment. Now, as I told you, you can use this function or this function. Both are same. Little bit differences are there. Those differences I will explain you. Let me do from recalculation. So today, as on today, I'm doing calculation. So I want one item only, FIFO 3. Actually, you will not select anything. It will be removed. It will be removed, and you need to execute for all items, to be frankly. But for understanding purpose, we are executing for our new item, whatever it is created, FIFO 3. For FIFO 3, we are doing. Okay, click OK. So I'm executing for FIFO 3. Click OK. So let me proceed. So now a small activities batch job is must. So we need to have services, that is my mistake. Batch job is mandatory. First, before executing, I need to enable this batch job. So we know, like, to speed up this function, I have disabled. Let me execute this one. Properties. Every time batch job is mandatory, it should be. Let me start. So it may take a minute or 2 minutes. It may take 2 minutes. 50%, 60% will be moved faster. After that, it will be very slow. Now it will be slow. It is going slowly. Let it be execute. Minimum 2 to 3 minutes it will take. Okay, now let us go back. So always, even though if you map FIFO, LIFO, any average method, inventory closing or recalculation should be executed. Inventory valuation or inventory closing or recalculation should be executed periodically. Periodically means, if it is based on your business, you need to execute this one, whether it may be daily, whether it may be weekly, whether it may be bi-weekly, fortnight, or at least monthly once. Monthly once, you need to execute inventory closing. It is must. It is must. You need to execute that one. If it is moving average, it is not required. Only moving average, it is not required. It will be calculated automatically. But every time, as a best practice, inventory closing should be executed every month, every day at least, or every week, or every bi-weekly or monthly. What it means, before generating financial reports, I want perfect inventory value. Perfect inventory value. So for that, we need to execute. I saw many clients they are not executing even 2 years, 3 years. From 2 years, 3 years, it is not executed, and they're telling like inventory value is wrong. So inventory value definitely it will be wrong, and profit ratio and everything will be calculation will be going wrong. So it is must you need to execute. Okay, fine. Let me go back. So let me try to close, then it will pop up me like it is not completed. So the actual process is, it is 1400 and cost price should be 1400 divided by 12 is equal to it is 116.67. 116.67. So actual price is 116.116.66666666667. It is very difficult in the system. It will round it to 7. Okay, this rounding rule we are going to learn in the company creation process. You need to understand, you need to remember this logic, because we cannot write like this. In the database level, in SQL Server, it will store like this. It will store like this. In the front end, it will display like this. So in the front end, whatever we are looking at the application, in the front end, it will show you 116.67. But in the table level, SQL Server, it will save the line around 15 digits, 10 to 15 digits. I don't know exact number of digits how it will be displayed, but in SQL Server it will display around 10 to 12 or 15 numbers after dot or decimal. Okay, fine. We'll discuss that one later in detail. But be remember this one. There is a huge number came. Instead of that one, we have entered simply 116.67. But there is a difference. If you look at this one, 116.66667. This is nothing means 0. Do you agree with me? There is a difference value between these two.
Yes, we have difference.
We have a difference. Technically, there is a difference value, but that is negligible value, 0.000000000003. That is a negligible value, but there is a difference. Okay, fine. This we are going to discuss in few days. Fine. Let me verify whether it is up or not. Okay, it was, I think, updated. Let me refresh. It is starting. It should be running. Okay, it was running now. So now system will be very slow, but no issues. If you go to inventory closing, if you refresh, let me run once again recalculation. So for item, this one, click OK. Okay, now no problem. That is actually it is warning a message like you have not done closing process. Otherwise, let me execute for inventory closing for October 31st because it is asking for October 31st because I have done execution this process 10/31/21. This is for October 31st because this is executed already. So for that I am executing. Give me a second. Let me go to this batch jobs. What is going on? It should throw some red circle error, like error, and then it will go to green. I mean, it's a tick mark. Give me a second. So now it is doing something. Give me a second. Let me verify whether it is executing or not. Otherwise, let me go to batch jobs. So where it is batch jobs? Anyone? The batch jobs, system administration, inquiries, batch jobs. Purely this is a part of T&L, but finance consultant also should learn this one. This is a purely finance T&L topic, but it is affecting to the finance. That is the reason it is better to learn both finance and T&L consultants. Let me filter by the date, latest date. Okay, here there will be recalculation. One is inventory related and one is recalculation. Let me filter by this USMF company. Close inventory process. It is processing. Executed. Recalculate inventory also. It was executed on 12th. Let me go back. Let me refresh. So now it is showing red. Okay, but after a few minutes it will be updated. Let me verify the batch jobs. This one, recalculating inventory is executing 75%. Okay, let it be finished. Once it is finished, it will show you tick mark. So this inventory closing, usually it will be executed in the offline of the business hours. Means during night, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, they will execute. And that too, whenever you are running this one, you can click on this recalculation, and then you have option to run this background, and this occurrence, it is a batch job. You can map recurrences. So you can update the date, time and date, how many times you want. Suppose you can map any date, and you can do this one. This is a batch job scheduling. So without human interaction, this will execute in the business hours, after business hours, maybe at night 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. Sometimes it may take this inventory closing 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours also. Okay, because if it is a huge transactions, it will execute a lot. Fine, it will take so much time. So this should be updated, completed. This should become 100%. Still it is 84.62. If it is a server, like a server will have 128 GB RAM. So it's 128 or 256 RAMs, bigger ones. So definitely it will be faster, because this laptop is 16 GB RAM. Out of 16, 8 GB I'm using for this application. So that is the reason it is very slow. Okay, but in real time scenario, it will be. Now it is completed 100%. Now if you verify closing and adjustment, if you refresh, this will become tick mark. Now if you go to on hand inventory, if you refresh, whatever we are expecting, that will come here. 1400, 116.67. So what is the entries means? If you go here in this, you can click on details, voucher. The difference, whatever it was posted, $80, it was adjusted now. $80. Inventory value was increased $80, and cost of goods raw material, it is updated with minus 80. So from where it is coming means, what is the ledger accounts, or from where it is hitting these accounts, these two accounts, where it is hitting means, if you go to inventory management, setup, inventory and postings, posting. Let me show you the postings. Inventory management, setup, inventory item groups. So here I'm selecting the second one. So the first one, it will show you technical errors in your system also. Leave it that one. So inventory tab, you will find inventory issue and inventory receipt. Now it is posting plus, inventory values plus. So this one 140,100, and inventory expenditure loss or profit. Okay, receiving means it is profit, issuing means loss. So that's what that voucher. So you can see right side, the posting type, cost of units invoiced, cost of goods sold invoice. Okay, suppose you can see this one from here also by clicking posting. Look and feel will be easy, if you go to posting button, here inventory tab, in this you will find inventory issue and inventory receipt. The same form you can open from setup, posting. So inventory tab, you can find these details. Understood? Any questions here? So even if you map FIFO, even if you map LIFO or weighted average, anything, inventory closing must and should you need to execute. Then only it will affect the balances. Any questions here?
Satya, can we, during the I think processing this function, it will take some time, right? Can we stop, creating orders or, creating invoices,
No,
those things during this
not
process?
required. Not required. So usually
Okay.
we should not stop our business transactions for inventory closing, but as a best practice, majority times, that's why I told you, like, this batch job will be executed in the offline or business hours, after business hours or offline hours. In the night, during night, it will be executed.
Okay, but my question is, if during this process, if there are some transactions happen, like something purchased and invoiced, and sales also has happened, but we have not run this process for those transactions. In that case, our values will be wrong, right?
Yes, exactly. You're right. Strong.
So, so to stop that kind of issue, we can have some kind of restrictions here, right? Or we cannot.
No, that's why I told you, actually there is a difference between these two, inventory closing and recalculation. If you run this inventory closing, let me explain you the difference, but I'm not giving answer to your question. That one I will give you in few minutes for your answer, for your question. Give me let me show you here. So there is inventory closing, one is closing, another one is recalculation. There are two options. Okay, closing means if you execute this closing, then system will not allow you to do the transactions on that day onwards. I mean to say, backdated if you are posting transactions. Suppose take the example 30th November, I have executed on 30th November. Now on December 1st, if I want to post a transaction on 30th November, system will not allow. If you execute inventory closing means stopping the posting transactions. Where it is a sales order invoice, purchase order invoice, or transfer order or production order, you cannot post any single transaction if you execute closing. If you are using recalculation, system will allow you to post a transaction for the backdated things. So that is the reason always you need to run this one, inventory recalculation. Anyhow, calculation is same, but here it is blocking the transactions from that day, from the day of the backward dates. Whereas this one, it will allow you to do the transactions, but there is no restrictions like you need to run this inventory closing, then only we can proceed further. There is no restrictions. Whether I have given answer to your question or your question is different from my answer. Nagaraj.
Yeah, I think I got that is same only. I think I got one more question. Is it mandatory to do closing or both we need to do or any one? What is the process?
So always the best practice is running recalculation every month. And if you are confident, like suppose today it is December 12th and I'm not going to post any transaction for the month of October, right? October, I'm not going to post inventory transactions. Then I can run inventory closing for October. Once you are confident, November also I'm not going to post any transactions, backdated transactions also I'm not posting. Then if you are confident, you can run that inventory closing. But before that, as soon as it is completed, run this recalculation process as soon as possible. Whether it may be at 30th November or December 1st or so December 2nd, you can execute up to November 30th. You can select November 30th, you can run a number of times. If there is any differences, it will be updated. So this recalculation you need to execute frequently, and closing is occasionally.
Okay, you mean to say closing is one time, you can do only one time on one date, correct?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Okay,
Even
in that
closing
case,
also,
I'm understanding. Yeah, okay.
closing also you can execute a number of times. There is no issue. But the problem is if you
Okay.
run that closing and if you are posting the date transactions, it will not allow you. Any inventory
Okay.
transactions related, whether it is a purchase order, whether it is a sales order, whether it is a production order, whether it is a transfer order, any order if you are posting, it will not allow you to post the transaction because you have executed inventory closing. Suppose I have executed, now I want to I want to post a transaction. I executed suppose 12th December 8th. I have executed inventory closing. Now I want to post a transaction for 12th of 8th of December. Then you can do cancellation. So this cancellation you need to execute from the last one to upper one. I can do the calculation now, the cancellation this one, then I can do cancellation this one. But you cannot do this cancellation. System will not possible. It will not allow you because it is already there one more transaction. First you need to cancel this one, next you need to cancel this one, next you need to cancel this one, like this you need to cancel one by one.
Even closing we can cancel.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So in that case, Satya, closing we can do maybe after audit completion, right?
Yes.
Because we cannot
Exactly,
post.
you're right.
Yeah.
Exactly, you're
Okay.
right.
Thank you, sir.
That's what. So if it is freezed, the transactions, no more transactions are posting in that period, then you can close that one. Otherwise, you can do the recalculation. Anyhow, both are same.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Any more questions, please? Okay, I hope it is clear. Now I'm giving exercise to you. You need to run this process with these methods and come back to me. If you have any doubts, try this one, how it is calculating, try to understand and let me know your observations in this method. Create a new item.
Satya, one clarification.
Yeah.
Actually, in SAP, they have an option to close the last year period, and after that, they cannot post any journal entry once the period has been locked. But
Yes.
there is another option to reopen the period. So if it is after completion of the audit, if they found any entry to be passed, it means they get the management approval and open the period and post the entry. So is there any such kind of option is available in D365?
Definitely it is required. Definitely it is required here. Ledger calendars. That is finance part. Finance part. Here, if you look at this one, it is mandatory. Finance part. Here also we have open status. Open. On hold means temporary closing. So you can move from open to on hold to open a lot. But if you do permanently closed, you cannot open.
So this condition is applicable even for inventory closing also, right? So even if we open the period, we can do again the inventory
Yes,
closing,
on top
right?
of that, see, here also it is there for inventory, for production, purchasing, everything is available. This is for financial transactions, financials impact. So the same rule it is applicable. On top of that, this rule also applicable. If you close this one, definitely it will stop. This is from finance point of view. But finance periods are open. Okay. So otherwise closed. So if it is closed, then we need to open that one. So this one is independent of that one. That is different scenario. This is different scenario. So this is for financial transactions, ledger accounts. This is for purely inventory transactions.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Any more questions, please? So this one you can see from the same thing. You can see from ledger form. Always I'm telling you, ledger, ledger, ledger. Most important screen. Let me show you from ledger, ledger setup, ledger. I told you this is, if you compare with human being, it is a head of the human being. Now here you can click on ledger calendars. It will show you only for this company, USMF company. If that one, it is only for, it is showing all. Okay, here also it is showing all, no issues. So you can map like whatever you want. So in 2012, it is the only one screen from ledger only we need to open this one. But whereas in D365, it was separated as a separate form. You can use you can see from here also. In 2012 previous version, this form is not exist. Okay, this is not exist. This is a separate form now. Okay, fine. Any more questions, please? So you need to have different like you need to have different questions a lot. Try to do this practice and we'll discuss once again on Monday. I'm giving you plenty of time, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll discuss on Monday. Tomorrow also session there, but I will continue with the different topics. And once again, I will recap about this one, inventory closing. We'll recap and I will discuss because I'm expecting many questions from you. You need to try, and you need to come back with me many questions, as many as questions, so that we'll try to understand. So if you practice, then only you will understand this one. Without practicing, only if you are listening or if you are only viewing, no use. Try to do practice and come back to me on Monday. Okay, fine. Let me proceed. Tomorrow also we have session. Don't think like Monday means you don't have session. No, tomorrow also we have session, but I will continue the another topics. Fine. Okay. Now one more topic I want to explain you about, item model group. Item model group. Okay, let us understand. Inventory management, setup, inventory, item model groups. So if you remember, in the very first day or first week of training, so we have discussed item master majorly for T&L people, and even for finance people also have discussed. If you have not, please remember, please recollect this one. So if you want to create item master, storage dimension group, tracking dimension group, product dimension group, it is mandatory. If it is product master, product dimension group, otherwise product means it is not required. Then purchase unit, inventory unit, sales unit, it is mandatory. And item group, item model group. Item group is a part of finance, purely finance. So finance consultant learned a lot about item model, item group. Now item model group we are learning. At that time I have not explained. I told you simply I have postponed. I will discuss with you later. If you want, you can go to my video recording session. It is inventory valuation. I have explained only inventory valuation. I have not explained. Now we are discussing about item model group. Okay, let me go back. So as soon as if you click on new button, four check boxes are selected. System is proposing four check boxes. The first one is stocked product. The first one is stocked product. Stocked product means on hand inventory should be exist. Physical stock means 10 quantity purchased, 15 quantity purchased, 2 quantity sold, and 10 minus 2, 8, 15 plus 10, 25 minus 2, 23. this entire calculation you are observing if you enable this checkbox. If you are disable this one, then there will not be on-hand inventory. So always it is required. Why it is not required? Any reason? Suppose take the example, air conditioner. Air conditioner is a item. For that, installation is another item. That installations, it is not a physical item. It is only one person will do and service. So for that items, I don't want stock product. Installation, for that there is no item required. Otherwise, laptop purchased, for that operating system should be installed, OS, or you are using something, you are adding something. So those kind of items you can map non-stocked product. You can map non-stocked product. Based on your requirement, you can map stocked product or non-stocked product. So take the example, I will tell you one more example. Suppose I am purchasing calculators. I am purchasing calculators. This calculators, I am not purchasing for sales. It is not for trading. I want to use this like calculators for my internal purpose, for my accountants. I need to provide. Then if I enable this checkbox, what happened? It will show you stocked product, and it will show you in on-hand inventory 10 quantity I have purchased. Each one is 200 rupees. It is 2000 rupees. It will keep on showing in the on-hand inventory, but it should not display. But I want to track this one in the purchase order process. Then I can map non-stocked product. Even though it is a stocked item, but for me it is not required because I'm not selling that item for trading purpose. I'm going to utilize in my internal purpose. So in this case, I can map non-stocked product. Making sense? Any confusion? Anyone? This checkbox. So 90% to 95% will enable this checkbox. If it is any expenses items or service items, then I will remove this checkbox. I will remove this checkbox. Next, these two checkboxes. This is part of finance. So post physical inventory, post financial inventory means this one. So at the time of invoice, the financial posting should be done. On-hand inventory value should be updated. For that purpose, I need to enable this one. And for this one, physical cost amount means if you go to this one, at the time of packing slip, if you want financial postings, then what are the preconditions? Means in accounts receivable module, post packing slip in ledger, checkbox should be selected. Am I right? Do you remember this one? Any doubt in this? Finance team? Anyone? Can anyone? Are you able to hear my voice at least?
For booking the product receipt, Satya?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
This is packing slip and product receipt, both. If it is a product receipt, then it is accounts payable module. So we have, remember, like if I go to finance in the Excel file, I have explained last week only. At the time of product receipt, temporary postings are happening. If you want, this checkbox should be enabled. Now, along with this checkbox also should be enabled. Means only one checkbox will not work. It should be and this checkbox. Post physical inventory. Post physical inventory. Checkbox also should be selected from in item model group. Anyhow, it will be selected. That is the reason I have not discussed. Understood now? Any confusion here? If you want temporary postings at the time of product receipt, cost of material received account data to purchase approval account credit, last week only we learned. If you want these checkboxes, you need to enable this checkbox and item model group, post packing slip, post physical inventory. I think the word is post physical inventory. This checkbox also should be selected. Should be selected. And if you want financial postings, then post financial posting, post financial inventory. Then only on hand inventory will be updated. Understood? Any doubt in this? I know too much information, but it is must. You need to learn these things. This is for packing slip postings or product receipt postings. This is for vendor invoice and customer invoice postings. So that is the reason if you create a new automatically it will propose you should not disturb these things until and unless if you are posting some expenditure items, because for expenditure items I don't want because it should not affect to the inventory value. For expenses items, like I told you, calculators, A4 stationery, I have created an item but I don't want inventory valuation, so those cases it will be. Any doubt in this? Any confusion? Each and every checkbox, it is most important. As I told you, ledger form is head and this form is heart. This is heart of the human being. If you compare human being, this is heart of the application. If you do some repairs, it will damage heavily. If you do some corrections in this one, it will damage heavily. So if it is your heart is damaged, you are in a dangerous position. So this will be handled by more like I mean to say most important persons only, the administrators. Understood these two check boxes? Any confusion here? Next one is financial negative inventory. Financial negative inventory, and then first let me explain you physical negative inventory. First let me explain about physical negative inventory, then I will come back here. Suppose I purchased 10 quantity. and another I have purchased 5 quantity. Can I sell 16 quantity now? Is it possible?
No.
That is practically not possible. As a best practice, if you purchase 15, how can you sell 16? So in general, we will not enable this checkbox. I don't want -1 as a on-hand inventory. I don't want. This should not be selected in regular scenarios. 99.99 scenarios, it will not be selected, this checkbox. Then why it was given? What is the purpose? Let me explain you. Scenario, it will take a few minutes time. Let us understand. One scenario. Suppose I'm running my business like automobile spare parts. Suppose otherwise electronic items first. Washing machines 10 purchased. I cannot sell 11 quantity. It is not practically possible. 20 laptops I have purchased. I cannot sell 25 laptops. Practically not possible. But I'm running my business automobile spare parts. And I'm purchasing nuts and bolts. I'm purchasing nuts and bolts. And I'm selling. Okay. If you look at this one, this is 1 rupee 22 paisa. This is some 59 rupees. But sometimes it may be very cheap. For 10 rupees, they will give you 100. Each one is 2 paisa or 5 paisa. Okay, fine. Now, what I did, I have purchased 100,000 items. I purchased 1,000 items. Each one is 2 paisa. It is 0.02 paisa rupees. Then it will be 20 rupees. Yeah, 20 rupees. Okay, this is my purchase price. Now I sold initially 250 quantity. I sold 250 quantity. Next I sold one more 200 quantity. Next I sold 300 quantity. Now one customer came, he is asking one more 300. Customer request is 300. Okay, order 300. Sales order. How many quantity available in my warehouse? Anyone?
250.
250. Quantity available 250. Now customer order is 300. Can I sell?
No,
Yes,
we
I can.
cannot sell more.
I can sell. The reason behind it is instead of 250 in the system it is 250, but counted actual delivery is 220. Because this is counting is very difficult. The delivery boy counted 250, but that is actually 220. But says like customer will not come to me and he will not fight with this one. You have given me only 220 instead of 250. Can you? He will not come for fighting because this is 3 paisa, 4 paisa, 2 paisa. He will not come. Am I right? Agree?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
agree.
this one also by mistakenly he counted 185. 185 as 200. And here also it was counted 260. So these are actual countings, physical, but in the system it was updated properly. So it is roughly around 685 or something. Now around 330, like let me calculate 40 plus 15. 65 plus 30. 65, 95. It is 655. So 655 means it is around 345 available. So if I look at this in front of my shop, 345 stock available. Customer is asking 300. Now in the system it is 250. So if I'm telling to the customer like, no, stock is not available. If I reply like this, he will shout at me. What are you speaking? 345 stock available. Why are you not giving? Because the customer will not think about your system. Agree? Agree with me?
Yeah, agreed.
Yes, sir. Physically, the count is coming clearly in the in one box. It is showing 345. It is showing 345, but you are telling like I cannot sell 300 because in my system it is not there. What is wrong? Give me 300. Now in the system I will update this checkbox physical negative inventory so that it will update in the system minus 50. Available stock means if I update this one, available stock means minus 50. It will show you minus 50 in the system, but in reality still I have 45 quantity. So this can be rectified later, but now my first priority is selling the material to the customer. Agree?
Yeah, agree.
So this checkbox will be used for negligible price, but I'm not telling you like small item. Don't use the word small item, because if it is a gold item, if it is a small item, it is costly like thousands of rupees. So don't use the word small items, use low cost items. For low cost items I can enable this checkbox. If it is a washing machines, then it is not correct, because if you don't have controls, then what is going on in your inventory, there will not be any like it will be hectic job for you if it is a normal regular item. So in normal scenarios I will not enable this checkbox. Exception cases for low cost prices, we can enable this checkbox. Understood everyone? Any confusion in this one? I hope it is clear. Next, financial negative inventory, always required. Financial negative inventory, always required. What do you mean by financial negative inventory? Means, so if you look at this one in the on hand inventory, at any point of time this minus will be updated. Sometimes minus will come into the picture. Means what it means, suppose purchase order, it is 10 quantity, the same topic, the above topic. If you sell, suppose this is, I did product receipt only. I did product receipt, only product receipt. I have not invoiced. Then this cost amount is 0. Agree?
Yes, Satya.
So I'm selling this one at the rate of 8 quantity at the rate of 800, or it is internal, it is updating with 110, of course landed cost. Now suppose I'm selling 12 quantity, then it is minus 1320. Agree? It is invoiced.
We have received, the invoice has been accounted only for 10 quantity. The second quantity we haven't booked that invoice. No, so the cost will be only 100.
Then it will be 1000 only. Am I right? Financial amount.
Yeah,
Financial
yeah,
amount.
fine.
So
Yeah,
whenever I'm selling, it will update minus 1320 for sales. Agree? Sales invoice, because stock is available, I can dispatch even this also, because
okay,
this is
okay.
received. Agree?
Yeah, yeah.
Very sensitive information, try to understand. So whenever it is invoiced, it is updating financial cost amount. And here I have not done, only I did product receipt. So financial cost amount is not updated. Physical cost amount is there. Here it is 1200. Here it is 1000. Now I'm selling 12 quantity. Then financial cost amount is updated with minus 1320. That means here it will show you minus 320. It should be. So it is required. If you are not mapped, what happens? Once it is invoiced, then only I can dispatch the material to the customer. But I don't know vendor will be sent immediately or after 1 week or after 10 days. Am I right?
Yeah.
So once it is received material also, I want to do invoice to the customer. If you want like that, we need to enable this checkbox always. So if you click on new, these checkboxes are by default enabled. It is system propose invoices. Okay, this is always financial negative inventory required. Why it is financial negative inventory means, the meaning, even though product receipt is received, I mean to say product receipt is received, product receipt is updated, but not invoiced, quantity can be invoiced to the customer. From vendor, we received material. From vendor point of view, for purchase process, we have received product receipt, but not invoiced. Okay, this invoiced quantity but not invoiced, this can be invoiced to the customer, those quantities. It is not invoiced quantity. That quantity also I want to invoice to the customer. If you want this one, definitely we need to enable this checkbox. Otherwise, if you click on this tooltip, it will explain you very clearly. A very sensitive information, but most important, each and every checkbox is most important. In my case, I have explained 10 10. In this, it was explained 10 and 8 or something, 8 and 5 something, whatever it may be. The number is different. So here I have received 10 quantity invoiced, but this one is received only but not invoiced. For this also, I want to do invoice to the customer. Yes, if you want, then you need to enable this checkbox. You need to enable this checkbox. Yeah. Any more questions, please? Any questions? Any
Okay, in
confusion?
case if the client is taking a stock audit and they found the stock difference between the ledger stock and the physical stock, how they will rectify by using this item model group options?
So, which one you are talking about? Inventory valuation versus
No,
finance
I'm not
values?
talking about the valuation. I'm just talking about the quantity verification. They are taking a stock. They are conducting a stock audit. In ledger, it is showing 1000 quantity, but in physical, they have only 800 quantity. How they will rectify that 200 deficiency in the system?
One second. Are you referring to quantity or amount?
quantity.
Quantity means definitely you need to have, we have discussed already, internal auditing, am I right?
Yeah.
You need to enter plus or minus. We don't have anything options. Counting journal, we need to execute periodically. We need to run this inventory closing, and if these deviations are more, you need to have keep an eye on delivery boys or stores department, or you need to keep monitors like cameras, and you need to verify. You don't have alternative.
But anyway, they have to post that 200 quantity as a stock difference. No?
Here they can do the tag counting. I have shown you already. Am I right? Tag counting and counting. So out of 1000, it is showing 800. If you enter 800, it will show you minus 200. It is a loss to the company. So that is the reason I told you. I have given example like if it is a jewelry items, every day they will count. So they will count at least weight. They will not count one by one. At least they will count. They will do the counting of weight, total weight. If there is any deviation on the same day, they will verify. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, let me go back to the item model groups. Understood at least 5 checkboxes. This checkbox, these 2 checkboxes, and this checkbox. Any doubt in this? These 2 checkboxes we have discussed. These 2 checkboxes, this one.
Satya,
Yes,
in this ledger integration of post physical inventory and post financial inventory, will there be any deviation in any cases?
Deviation means?
Like maybe, see, I'm understanding when we post the physical inventory, it will physical inventory value and the financial inventory value. If there is any deviations, like one is if both are not matching.
So sometimes there is a mismatch. I'm going to discuss with you that mismatches most probably in the next coming session, like mismatches at the time of invoice. If you have received differently, there is a difference, definitely.
Okay.
So physical amount is always, post physical amount is always only material cost, whereas post financial amount is always, it will be cost amount, means purchase price plus charges plus minus discount, maybe plus taxes. This is financial cost amount. This is a financial cost amount. Physical cost amount is only material cost. Only material cost. Okay. If you want, I will show you tomorrow one example, like I will create a purchase order and I will apply product, like I mean to say charges, and I will apply some discounts and I will show you. This is financial cost amount. Cost amount will be updated at the time of invoice only. Okay. So I never told you like these two are equal. I never told you. Am I right?
Yes.
This is packing slip and product receipt, and this is invoice. It may be differ. It may be differ. Chances are there a lot. Okay. If you want that scenario, we'll discuss tomorrow. But tomorrow I will continue on this item model group. If you want, remind me in the very first. I will explain you that clarification about the difference, these two, and then we'll continue. And we'll continue about this all. Okay. Fine. I'm stopping here for today. Any more questions? Please let me know.
Satya, but in a real-time scenario, while dispatching the material, the vendor usually send the invoice also, the hard copy of the invoice. So I hope there won't be a difference between that post financial inventory value and the post physical inventory value, because the invoice value includes all
I
the
will-
parameters like transport
I will,
charges.
I will show you tomorrow. I will discuss with you. I will show
Yeah.
you that one. Okay.
Yeah.
There is a chance differences. It does not mean like the same physical cost amount should be updated as a financial cost amount. There is a different. So even though you have received or differently received or whatever it may be, you cannot predict. Am I right? Vendor invoice. Suppose the transportation charges, there is a deviation between you and your vendor. Like no, you like vendor is selling like I will charge 500 rupees for transportation. No. Last time you have dispatched only for 400, so charge only 400. There is a discrepancy between you and your vendor. Then invoice will not be sent to you until and unless it is clarified. Agree?
Yeah.
So it does not mean like we will receive invoice copy immediately. There is a more chances I can receive invoice separately, maybe one day, after one day, maybe same time, or maybe after 1 month also. Okay, fine. Tomorrow we'll see that one, the deviation, what it is, what exactly this means, and we'll continue. Any more questions, please?
Satya,
Yeah,
Yeah, please. Yeah,
yes,
Akansha.
sir. Yes, sir. Actually, I was doing yesterday purchase order and I have posted in the group also. So I was getting this message, the shipment load could not be confirmed because it is in shipped status.
So A0003 or A0001, A0002 is related to inventory I mean to say related to transportation management and warehouse management. I told you I cannot answer those questions. It is related to load. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So if you want to understand that one, you need to learn this module. So I have like that is you have taken item master item as A0001 or A0002. Okay. That I will discuss with you later. So leave that one and select any other item. You have
Okay,
selected
sure.
A01, A0001 or A0002. Don't select that item.
Okay.
Select any other item and try to verify. That I will give you high level picture about this one later, but I'm not going to teach you all, but I will give you high level inputs about this one later on.
Okay,
Okay.
sure, sir.
Yeah, someone else is speaking, I think.
yeah, Satya.
Yeah.
Satya, this inventory valuation is a very
Hmm.
basic doubt I am having. See, we are doing this inventory valuation for the inventories which is going directly into the production of your product. So I'll be in my stores, I'll be having some materials lying which will aid the production, but it won't be consumed directly into the production. So how to deal those stuffs?
Come again.
So in my stores, I'll be having a lot of materials. This inventory valuation we are doing for the product which is getting manufactured,
Purchased or
which goes
manufactured.
into
Okay.
purchased or manufactured. Something I'm manufacturing, I'm buying the material. That material is being consumed for manufacturing that material.
Okay.
But in my stores, I'll be having some other materials which won't be consumed in the manufacturing of the product, but it will aid in the production.
It will be
So
used in the production.
it will aid the production.
I mean
Without
to say aid.
uh,
Can you please elaborate? What do you mean by aid?
example, I'll tell you. Suppose if I am manufacturing a plastic bottle, raw material will be a plastic. Okay. Suppose in the manufacturing process, some I'll be for a factory purpose, I'll be having some switches to replace the one of switches, or some cables will be lying in my stores. These cables and switches won't be getting into the production of these plastic bottles. So
That is
all
indirect cost.
the
Indirect cost. You need to understand indirect cost and
uh,
direct cost.
okay.
That is a part of manufacturing.
Okay, this valuation, which one, how to value those stuffs also will come
That
in
is
for
see,
valuation.
that is different calculations at all. It is costing sheet will be there, cost groups will be there in production. So there
Okay,
is a direct cost and indirect cost that will be included. Not only that one, machinery consumption, because I'm using
okay,
machinery is consuming. and employees are
Okay.
utilizing. There are so many, am I right?
Okay.
Electricity
Okay.
I'm using.
Good. Okay.
There are many things that will be in the process of manufacturing. Costing sheet, cost groups, and calculation groups are there in manufacturing. That will be covered in this manufacturing process.
Okay, Satya. Okay. So as far as inventory valuation is concerned, it is done for the raw materials which is going into the production. Am I right? Is it that's
So
the
that's what actually while doing by at that time actually like I have explained in T&L. If you remember, pen example, like 1 minute, BYM. In this valuation will be calculated. So this is, you are talking about pen calculation, work in
hmm,
progress will
hmm,
be updated, and here
hmm,
it is material cost, and you are
hmm,
talking another cost is indirect cost.
hmm,
Indirect cost may be switches or maybe electricity, maybe machinery
hmm.
consumption, maybe electricity, maybe
Yes.
human being. Everything will be mapped in this process, and it will be updated to the pen cost.
Yes.
That is different
Okay.
process at all.
Okay.
That is different process.
But as taking the same example, but inventory valuation is goes only for these products. Am I right?
Inventory
That
valuation
is
for the this one only.
pen.
It will not include that indirect cost
Yes, that's what I'm asking you. Yes.
because that is actually during production. You need to update that this cost price, electricity, switches, whatever you are speaking. All these things should be updated. This one. This is for production BYM.
Okay.
Yeah, that is different process at all.
Okay. But that will come in cost estimation. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But inventory valuation is restricted to this only: pen rifle, pen cap, pen body one, pen body two.
Yeah, yeah,
Am I right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's okay. And another thing, what is the difference between COGS, cost of goods sold, and the cost of units? Is that no another one? What is
We'll
that
discuss
cost of unit?
tomorrow. Cost of units means
Okay.
it is inventory. Cost of goods means cost value. We'll discuss that one tomorrow. Remind me
Okay,
tomorrow
Satya.
morning. Okay. I'm stopping
Thank you,
here for
Satya.
today. We'll connect once again
Thank
tomorrow
you.
morning, 6 a.m. Yeah, welcome.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.